We had a lot of adventures the couple of times we went to Central Asia. One of the interesting ones, we were coming back from Turkistan in western Kazakhstan. We were visiting a famous pilgrimage site, a very old mosque that had been built by Tamerlane. And if you went to this mosque 2 or 3 times on a pilgrimage, it was like going to Mecca. Well, we went and we felt a little alien, a little suspect. There were no Westerners there, and there was no real hostility. But this was one of the few times, you know, when we were in Central Asia that I felt a little afraid. But nothing really happened. So we had rented a car or a taxi or a driver because we really couldn't stop and take photographs if we were on a bus, and it wasn't very expensive, you know. Alan and I shared it. So we were coming back. We had gone very early in the morning. We were at the mosque. Had some very interesting time finding some old tiles out in the field, but that's another story. In the car, we're driving, and we drive past and we see there's a big outdoor market. Well, that's always a great place to stop and see the world, the commerce, the markets, to eat. So we stop, and right there as we get in, there's a place you could smell the lamb fat, the mutton, the grease, you know, shish kebabs. Well, it made me feel very hungry, and Alan is a vegetarian, so we decided that I would stop and have a little shish kebab, and he would go off on his own, and we'd meet. I'd wait for him back here when he was ready. So I had some shish kebab, and they'd have a piece of lamb, and a piece of carrot, and a piece of onion, and then a piece of lamb fat, and then another carrot or a piece of onion and a tomato, then a piece of liver or heart, another piece of lamb. So they were very interesting, and you know, I was enjoying myself, you know, sort of blending and eating and watching what's going on. And all of a sudden, Alan comes up very distressed. They want our passports. They want our passports. This guy, we're being arrested. I said, what's going on? And here's Alan with a couple of big, burly Kazakh guys. They look Mongolian, plainclothesmen. Well, they were trying to arrest us. They were trying to shake us down. So I guess I had my wits about me. So the first thing I did was, you know, I took out my cell phone, which really wasn't working where we were, but I picked it up and opened it up and pressed a couple of buttons, and I said, yeah, this is Stephen Jackendorf, you know, is this the embassy? Yeah, well, we're here in such and such a place, and we're having some difficulty, and I just want, you know, to alert you to this, you know. So anyway, this guy says, you know, come with us, come with us. Well, who are you? You know, let me see some identification. So we sort of got them a little bit on the defensive, and the guy showed me his papers, etc. Well, there was really no choice for us to go. There was 3 of them, and they took us into a building. It was, I don't know if it was a police station or office building, you know, and they took us to this little room. Well, we asked what's going on. Well, you know, you were at this mosque and you were taking photographs, and it's forbidden. Well, I said, well, you know, we have been here in this country and we've taken a lot of photographs, but we didn't take any photographs at the mosque. We took some as we were approaching, and we took some as we were leaving, but we didn't take any pictures in the mosque, which I think actually was true. Well, this went on for a while, and you know, they were trying to shake us down, but we didn't really acquiesce. So at one point, I guess it was over, and this guy, he was in his late 30s, early 40s, and he was a little pudgy, you know. And when it was all done, I went over to him and I sort of pinched his cheek. You know, I'm a little crazy, and you know, we were really lucky. But it was interesting because we were a little afraid for a while. You know, they wanted to see our passports, and we had kept copies of the passports with the visas, etc. You know, we wouldn't hand over our passports, but we showed him the copies, and we just held our ground, and everything turned out all right.